Hey there all. Okay, so there's harassment tool, which you're probably all aware of, and you know that Nero's been pinged, and so has Jordan Owens and a few others there. All been pinged, all been suspended by Twitter. Twitter's really dropped the ball. Um, okay, now from the outset, I knew this had happened. And I'm not saying that to big note myself. I knew it would happen, and why I knew that would happen is it was set up, you know, right from the outset. You know, the language which was used in the NAW site was very much that they were looking to ban males. Okay, ban males harassing women. This is a tool to make it easy. And look, I know Twitter when they were banning all of us as BAM. You know that was a test run. They saw that Twitter basically suspended everyone, and you had to actually, put it to them, put your case forward, and they'd go, oh, right, okay, well, don't worry, we'll get you straight up again, you know. But the suspension worked, How many people didn't come back after that first suspension? I've got no idea. Um, some like me, I don't roll over. Um, that all said, that's a test run. They've done that. They've found out. They've said, okay, well, we can do something with this. I read what was said there, and I thought, right, I know how this is going to go. So as soon as I found out about it, I tweeted everyone and just said, no matter which gender, they're talking about gendered insults. Doesn't matter which gender, jump in. Gendered insults could be insults against a male. Um, any harassment against any males, any females, go for it. And hey, I do mean that too. If you're a female and someone's giving you crap and you happen to be on the Gamergate side, go for it. Just report them. Same if you're a male. If you're a male and you're getting crap from a female, do that. Don't let them dictate it as a female-only tool. Harassment happens on both sides, and in fact, studies show, of course, as you're probably aware, um, studies have shown that most harassment online happens against men. Um, who fears it more? Females fear it more. Who's more likely to, which sex is likely to have it carried out on them, or have the perpetrator follow through? Males. Have I ever had any of those um, harassments? And by harassment, I mean doxing, calls made to employers, death threats, that kind of thing. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, many of us do. Um, am I going to downplay it? Um, no, no, it's not fun. Uh, I don't think anyone takes a death threat and a doxing and or a call made to their workplace and laughs it off. I really don't think that happens. And I think if you did, you possibly, um, there's something wrong with you. That said, does that mean that my life stops or what have you? No, it puts you on edge for a couple of weeks. It means that you do some investigation, you find out what you can do to keep yourself safe, who the person was, and take it up with the authorities. And you certainly don't let the other party know that they've gotten to you. Um, that's basically walking straight into their hands. Um, but yeah, I think the thing to keep in mind is that it's not the. It's very much like rape charges. Rape is something which I think emotionally all of us um, are invested in. It repulses us. The thought of rape, the thought of a person raping or someone being raped. We see it as an abhorrent crime. I think it's a a thing about humanity. You as a human must feel that, and if you're not, there's something pretty wrong with you. Um, Having said that, false rape is equally as abhorrent. Someone who can, it's like dismissing rape, or making light of rape, or just saying, rape's a good time. It's the same kind of, um, the same kind of, not maybe not evil, um, but abhorrent behaviour. Um, and so with that, of course, something so abhorrent, if you're making false claims about that and drawing on people's abhorrence of that, it's a disgusting piece of work, and you should be pulled up on it. And of course, we know that doesn't happen very often. Um, that people do get pulled up if they do make false rape claims. And do people make a lot of false rape claims? I don't know. I know it happens, and I know that it's sickening whenever we hear that it does. That all said, how does that relate to this harassment? Because what is a good idea? And don't get me wrong, it is a good idea having this thing set up to make it easier to report harassment. Okay, good idea. Is Twitter doing enough? I don't know. But if you feel that it's not doing enough, creating an app or a tool or whatever to make sure that they can do enough, good idea. I knew that they would use it badly. I knew they'd redefine what was, um, you know, considered harassment or what have you, and who was harassers and on what basis. And I knew that they would target men, and I knew that they'd try and target big names. I thought that they'd try and target the little ones as well, anyone with any kind of a voice. Um, and ultimately, I think in doing that, as I thought they would, it's going to break the thing. How do I mean break? It's going to basically overload so many people here with, um, just hundreds and hundreds of accounts, all with these harassment charges or harassment claims, and Twitter eventually will go, we've got a problem. Okay, we can't use this tool anymore. We set it up for good reasons. You're clearly abusing those principles. Um, so let's cancel it. And why would they do that? Well, because they're just calling anything harassment. What is anything? Well, disagreeing with people, especially if a man's disagreeing with a woman. Mainly, it could even be if an able-bodied person is disagreeing with someone with a disability, if someone who is white is disagreeing with someone who's of colour, or what have you. And social justice warriors will do this kind of thing. The fact that they tend to be themselves quite sexist and racist and all of the rest of it when it suits them, or if they're talking to someone on the other side who is of colour or who is a female or what have you, they'll make exactly the same things that they accuse the people on the other side of being. They'll be misogynists, they'll be sexist, they'll be racist, they'll be whatever you like. They'll be the very worst evils that they'd attributed to the other side, just on the basis that the person that they were speaking to, they disagreed with their ideology. And that's because they're idiots. It's the righteousness, the zealots that they are. They can't see past their own actions and their own sense of righteousness and entitlement. That all said, what we're actually seeing is the direct result of them given open slather. And I think so long as we're on top of things on our side and don't kind of get scared or run away, and we can turn around and get back on Twitter, get onto ACT support, and just apprise Twitter of what's going on. These false claims, demand that the people who made the false claims get banned. It's not enough to get banned temporarily, have to make a case for your inclusion, and then have them get back. You should be able to get on and request that they get banned too. And hell, as I said, we should start using that in exactly the same way. Tit for tat, it's juvenile, it's petty, but hey, they bought it up. They bring it to the party, let's use it. Let's play with their toys. Let's break their toys. Let's send them back to the sandpit. It's juvenile. But we have to sink to their level occasionally in order that they don't steamroll us. It is what it is. And yeah, their actions, similarly as what I was talking to before, using something that's actually inherently good and set up for a good purpose, and using it in very debased ways, shows just their level of honesty, of courage, of rationality, of logic, of intellect, and it shows them wanting it across the board. I wouldn't give any of them the time of day. I would quite happily see every social justice warrior completely marginalised, laughed at, and demoralised, because I think the thing that defines all of them is the desperate need to get over themselves and to grow up, to become adults. And I think that's the only way they're going to actually be of any benefit to society. And that goes across the board. Any of their supporters really need to either have a good look at themselves or a good look at the person that they're following, the dupes and the dupers, and in doing that, everyone will be better off, all society. So, look, that's my view. Comment below. Tell me what you want me to talk about next, what you don't want me to talk about, what comments you have on anything that I've said, good or bad. It's not really going to faze me. Not going to send me crying to my crying couch or anything like that. So, but let me know. Subscribe if you want me to keep making these videos and pumping them out. And again, if there's any aspect of GameCode that you'd like me to talk about or to address in a video, spend some time going over, then I'll give you my opinion, good or bad. Thanks a lot. Bye now.